Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really getting into something called agentic workflows in enterprise AI. You shared quite a bit of material on this, and our job really is to boil it down for you. We want to show you the essential insights, how this stuff is, well, a pretty big leap beyond the basic AI tools you might know. We'll look at what makes them work, where they're actually making a difference, and why this could fundamentally change how businesses operate.
Exactly. And the sources, they really highlight this shift, don't they? Moving past just simple prompts for LLMs or basic R, we're talking about systems with AI agents that are pretty autonomous. They work together to hit specific goals. Think persistent memory, actual planning, reasoning, using tools, and managing the whole process.
Right. And for you listening, maybe you want to get up to speed quickly, but properly understand it. This is your shortcut. Let's get straight into it then. What does agentic really mean in this context?
Okay, so agentic. It basically describes these AI agents, right? They're software entities, autonomous ones. They can perceive their environment, process information, and crucially, act to achieve goals without someone constantly guiding them. Autonomy and adaptability, those are the key characteristics.
And the workflows.
Agentic workflows, that's when you have multiple agents collaborating dynamically. On complex jobs, they figure out the process themselves rather than just following a rigid script. It's very different from, say, traditional RPA or basic chatbots.
Okay. So why is this all kicking off now? What's the driver?
It's kind of a perfect storm, really. LLMs have gotten incredibly powerful. Plus, there are now frameworks that make building these agents, well, easier. And then there's the sheer amount of data sitting in cloud platforms like Snowflake. That creates both the need and the opportunity for this kind of smart automation.
So it's more than just asking an LLM a question or using RAG.
Oh, definitely. It moves beyond just answering questions. Agentic AI is about doing things. It's goal-oriented. It remembers past interactions. It uses tools. It's proactive. You could even think of agentic RAG as the next step where agents actively strategize how to find the best information, not just retrieve what they're pointed at.
Okay, this is where I think it gets really interesting. The building blocks.
Right.
What makes these workflows function?
Right, the core components. First up is memory, super important. Agents need to remember stuff, both short-term, like within a single task, and long-term. Long-term memory often uses things like vector databases, so agents can recall information across many interactions, learn, and adapt.
Makes sense. They need that history. What else?
Then there's planning and reasoning. This is huge. It's the agent's ability to look at a goal, maybe a complex one, and break it down into logical, actionable steps. How do I actually achieve this?
So it's not just following orders, it's figuring out the path.
Precisely. And to execute those steps, they need tool use. Agents can connect to and use external tools, APIs, databases, you name it. Querying data, sending an email, booking something.
Ah, so they can interact with the real digital world.
Exactly. And finally, orchestration. This is the conductor, if you like. It manages the whole workflow, especially if you've got multiple agents or many steps, sequencing tasks, handling communication between agents, making sure it all flows correctly.
And you can put these pieces together differently, I assume.
Yes, absolutely. You might have a simple single-agent architecture for a specific narrow task, or more complex multi-agent systems, MAS, where agents collaborate, maybe like a team. And increasingly, people are looking at microservices architectures for agents, so-called microagents, for better modularity and scaling. Frameworks like LangChain or Crew AI help build these.
Got it. And just for context, there are different kinds of agents out there.
Yeah, there's a spectrum. From simple reactive agents just responding to stimuli to goal-based agents that plan, and even learning agents that improve their performance over time based on experience.
Okay, let's ground this. How does this connect to something concrete, like the data cloud? You mentioned Snowflake.
Right. The connection to data clouds like Snowflake is really significant. Agentic AI is changing how people interact with data. Instead of writing complex SQL, you might just ask a question in natural language. An agent using tools like Snowflake's Cortex AI functions and running potentially in Snowpark container services can understand the request, figure out how to get the data, analyze it, and give you the answer.
So asking something like, what were our top-selling products last quarter?
Exactly. And the agent handles the underlying query, analysis, maybe even generates a chart. It's a huge step up.
What other kinds of tasks are we seeing?
Lots of potential. Automated data analysis, definitely. Customer support triage using RAG over a knowledge base, but with more intelligence. Optimizing RevOps, things like pipeline analysis or lead scoring. Even IT and security, like automated incident response or compliance monitoring.
So the payoff for businesses, What's the real value proposition here?
It boils down to a few key things. Big efficiency and productivity gains, think of Klarna's example. Handling the workload of hundreds of human agents. Cost reduction follows from that. Better, faster decision making because insights are more accessible. And scalability. A huge advantage, especially with platforms like Snowflake, is that the AI works directly on the governed data. No complex, risky data movement.
Okay, but if these agents are autonomous, trust becomes a big issue, right?
Absolutely critical. Building trust means careful design. Things like modularity, so you can understand components, robust error handling, secure tool use, giving agents only the permissions they absolutely need, filtering inputs and outputs, guardrails against misuse or bad data, and responsible AI principles addressing bias, ensuring transparency. Plus, for really critical decisions, keeping a human in the loop is still essential.
And monitoring them.
Yes, observability is key. Logging, monitoring performance, but also developing new ways to evaluate them beyond just simple accuracy. Like, did the agent successfully complete the intended task? Is it consistent?
So, looking at the bigger picture,
Yeah, stepping back, agentic workflows aren't just a small improvement. They feel like a fundamental shift in enterprise AI. It impacts product value, how companies compete. For anyone building B2B solutions, the focus has to be on tangible business outcomes, building that trust, and making it easy to integrate.
and the future outlook, where's this headed?
It's still early days, relatively speaking, but growth looks significant. We'll likely see much more automation, more sophisticated multi-agent systems tackling bigger problems, specialization by industry. And this will inevitably shift workforce dynamics, probably towards more strategic, human-centric roles.
Okay, so the main takeaway for you, listening, is that enterprise AI is moving fast. Agentic workflows are a powerful leap towards AI that doesn't just answer but acts. Proactive, autonomous systems handling complex work, unlocking value from data. Understanding this, especially in the context of platforms like Snowflake, gives you a really crucial view of where business operations are likely heading.
And that leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? As these AI agents get woven deeper into how businesses run, how are we going to redraw the lines between human work and machine work? What new skills become vital in that landscape? It feels like we're just scratching the surface here. What questions does this spark for you? What else do you want to explore?